clicker game in Scratch. So let's design a balloon. What does the balloon look like? Well, I hope you know that. Well, then I have reasons to suspect you're an alien. So, that's a balloon. That's a balloon that goes backwards. So we take the stem of the balloon, and then we can just add a thing. So, when we click on it, it should pop. Just check where the centre of the sprite is. Can we just add a little no line object here to change the middle of the sprite? No. Well then, let's find the change. Let's just try. When the sprite clicks, change fisheye effect. And I should probably also put a repeat 10. Change size by 10 and change but I should probably set the colour back to 100. I should probably also put a when clicked set size to 100, and let me just change that to fisheye. And actually think whirl. Probably also only put like a repeat 4. That just makes it look a bit weird, not popped. Change fisheye effects by 25. That just makes it look worse. Yeah, instead I don't think pop will be useful, although we're literally popping the balloon. Instead of that, let's change the costume. And since I might have different costumes in a later episode, this might get a bit difficult, so copy, new costume, paste. And then, actually we didn't really need to copy and paste it. Let me go back. And then I'm going to draw a bunch of small little red tissues. Like that. That looks good. So it kind of explodes into a ball of plastic. So let's just add a bit more. And for now that will be good. We don't want to change size by 10. We start sound pop. And we also will switch costume to costume 2. Also switch costume to costume 1. Now it pops. And then we're going to want also the popping bit to slowly fall down. Actually, yeah, and then we probably just put that doesn't work. Well, what if the particles were a different part? No. It doesn't make me feel like I'm popping it if it doesn't explode. So what if instead we make the pop effect like this. Instead it's a few different little pieces of plastic again. Kind of jagged. I'm not the best at drawing plastic from balloon. Look at anyone's resume, it probably doesn't say that because it isn't really a life skill. Well then. Been clicked. Hide. And then I'm also going to want to broadcast popped. A new message named popped. No, that looked bad. Popped. So, when I receive popped, create a clone of myself. Do 2, but this should probably be at 0, 0. And also, and then we should probably set this to create a clone of myself, and then when I start the clone block, go to 0, 0, and then just for a little example, create a hide. Going to want to put a show, and then we're going to want to put a repeat until touching edge. I should probably set it instead to 47, and then minus. Actually, I could probably set it to 0, 0. All I have to do is put the center of the in the center, and then we quickly run this. Yeah, that looks good. And then we're going to want to change y by 10, and then I'll change y by minus 10. And then we're going to want to put a hide. Yeah, that kind of looks like I've destroyed the balloon. And I should probably also put a when clicked show, just for now. Kind of makes me feel like I've popped the balloon. May not be the best, but that's it for now. But we also, instead of hide, we're going to want to do set size. Also, I should probably show set size to 75, and then repeat until size equals 100, and we're going to want to change size by 5. So now when I clicked, I feel like a new balloon is popping forward. But instead, why don't we make this small number, like 50, and then change it by 10. 10. So now the balloon really feels like it's coming over. So should probably also put a go to 0, 0. Well, yeah, so 0, 0, and then note taken, don't click that button too many times, or then it just will stop spawning you. know what's happening there and why they're all just kind of suddenly disappearing. Are you not becoming a clone? Oh, I get what's happening. We aren't deleting the clones, so there's too many clones. So now when we go, that may cause some lag, the particles never disappear. I think we should probably decrease the spawn. I think we should change its Y. Yeah, this looks kind of good. -672. And here we just kind of, yeah, that looks perfect. Oh yeah, I should probably set this to 70. Oh, why aren't you guys appearing? Why is it not? Why is it not creating a clone? I did something wrong. Oh, they're constantly touching the edge. Well, that is kind of an easy fix. If we delete that, then we have the perfect falling balloon system. And now let's just change it to like -3. And let's make it sway left and right. So, with 10 steps, here we're going to do move -10 steps. So now it kind of sways. It should sway a bit. Why isn't it doing that? Probably make this more like -15. Oh, but then they're just drifting so far that way. And then I make this -13. Or why is it going so quick? 10 and 10, then they just kind of, I don't know. Oh, because I'm making it go one direction, -10. But then if I make this like then I make this just like 12, then they all slowly sway to that side, not sway left and right, left and right. Maybe I add a little weight block. I know that changes the speed of its fall. Now when I click it, they don't really sway that well. If I do 10, it isn't really a very big sway. -19 and then 19. This is falling way too slowly. And to sway to the side. You know what? We're just getting rid of the entire thing of it moving. But that looks fine. Although the particles overlap. I think we should also put in here, and we should probably, how does it ever go below 50? I don't think the balloon can ever do that. But also, just to keep things consistent, we're going to put an if. Oh wait, no, there's just not. Yeah, so now we're basically just going to work on a custom cursor for the game. So, because this is a game about balloons, let's just make it a bit of a different shade, like dark. So then we're going to want to put a when clicked, a forever block, and then we're going to simply make a go to mouse pointer. So now we have this pin, which seems to not making this sprite being able to be clicked. Why? But like if I click using the mouse pointer, I think it's because the mouse pointer is clicking that. Instead of that, we're going to want to put the when clicked forever. But instead we're going to touching, and we're going to actually put touching sprite 3 and mouse down. Then we're going to want to put the if. So now, why? Oh yeah. So now we can actually pop the balloon and create a chaos of plastic. And maybe we should make the plastic piece a bit smaller. Like, I'm going to take you and I'm going to move you down. And move you down. And maybe just delete these 3. And then just add you. And we should also probably put a new thing. We should probably do popped. No, wait, no, we don't. We want a variable named popped. Why do I keep on typing in too many O's? Popped. Change pop. Popped by 1. Also when click. Except I need to rename popped. That just doesn't sound good. Pops sounds a bit better. Okay, now we're just going to kind of want to... I'm going to leave that a problem for future Snake. I mean, Skeleton. Let's actually kind of design a background. But actually, let's make it like a big blue square. And then some white clouds. Circle. Control C. Actually, we want to put you up like here. Control V. Actually, we're going to want to put you down like here. Control V. Up to the side. New cloud. Controls. Control C. Control V. Up to the side. Control V. Down to the side. See, I want this one to be a bit more clumped in like that. Now we have some nice clouds. Then in the middle, we're going to put some yellow. I felt like a child's channel saying, the yellow, but yeah, the yellow sun. probably wrap it up for this video. Hope you enjoyed this episode of my Clicker series, and goodbye.